I thought you did great, Patrick, and you didn't seem tired at all.
Excellent. I put on a brave face.
You put on a Frenchy face.
Well, someone said I was sexy in that survey, so it gave me courage.
Did they really? I didn't see that one. That's awesome.
Yeah, I did the silly thing and search for my name in the comments because
yeah,
you can't.
Never do that, but yes, at least in this case.
So yeah, someone also said I was too negative. And
yeah, but that's why we want you here. I don't think you're too negative. I think sometimes you bring negatives that I need to consider. That's that's an entirely different thing.
I actively try to look at things from the other side.
Yeah. And if I am left to my own devices, will be all Pollyanna and just tell you everything is going to be awesome. Don't worry about everything.
Would not. I'm Chimera in the chat room is saying, you're not negative, you're French.
That could be part of it too. There could be a cultural perception going on. Because I don't think you, the person, are negative at all. In fact, I think you're quite optimistic.
I am.
Show titles?
Yeah, what do we got?
Right, work.
Well, top is Happy Birthday, Tom.
No.
Aww.
But thank you. But that will not be the title.
Microsoft, no means no. Gray to play.
Ooh.
Games in the key of gray.
Mm-hmm.
Gray GTA praise on pay deals. I think there was too much attempt at
that's a bit.
It was a good try though. It was a lot of effort. I liked it.
50 Shady Gray Markets.
I like this one.
I like that one too.
Win 10, lose 7.
Tweeting
in VR. Honestly, the gray ones are probably the best. Gray games. I'm amazed no one put in the 50 Shades of Gray Markets.
50 Shady Gray Markets. You want to go with that one?
There's also 50 Shades of Gray Markets at the bottom.
Oh, I like the shady because we mentioned how some people think G2A is shady. So.
It's like CD keys. You ever been there?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I admit I've used it once or twice.
Or the cracks. We could get the cracks out of the Dutch game magazines.
Well, the CD keys is very interesting because what they do is they resell they do sell game codes, but mostly they sell subscription keys to like Xbox Live, but they sell you like the Russian version, which is like 40% less than the American one.
It's a gray market, exactly.
Gray market, yeah.
Totally.
I've actually used it, and I'm not sure if it's only gray market or if it's worse things, and I don't know. I would like a guide that tells me which one is.
The one point that I decided not to make on the show was you're also trying to enforce a situation that it isn't in existence, which is a location. I mean, if I'm in Russia or if I'm in China, well, China's a bad example. If I'm in Russia or if I'm in France or if I'm in the United States, the internet is still there. And you can try to throw up roadblocks. This is what Netflix is fighting constantly, but it's really difficult to try to regionalize the internet.
Well, it's the primary reason, of course, is just down to monetary revenue. Right, because each region is sensitive to prices at a certain range. Like you cannot charge what say like an American would pay for a certain game and then try to charge the same. They might like say,
but of course, but that relied on the fact that an American can't pop over to London fast and buy something there or pop over to Moscow. But now you can. There's only one market on the internet.
But there are enough, you can put enough roadblocks that it's going to be cumbersome enough that people, no, you can. I mean, it is the case.
I like that, Tom. Sure.
It's not even an argument, is it?
It's funny because Tom sells all these gray market CD keys out of the trunk of his Prius.
Yeah, right. I just go down to Venice Boulevard and you'll find me. No, I get what you're saying, Patrick. Like you can make it difficult. You can create your own roadblock such that you're simulating the natural roadblock of not being able to travel quickly.
Yeah, you can geofence
but
well
my
enough
point
that
is
it's,
like that's a losing game over the long term, and maybe that long term is a century long, but that's a stupid way to run things. And it's not tied to geography, so eventually it's going to evolve into something where people are just putting roadblocks in for whatever reason, and I think it will erode away. I think it's just a matter of time.
Well, part of it is also different municipalities and different authorities levy their own amount of tax on particular products.
Oh yeah, this is all still yet to be fought out. Like the idea.
Yeah, but this, yeah,
you know, like if I'm broadcasting right now in Finland, you know, which law should apply to what I'm doing?
Well, you're supposed to supply a barrel of herring for every fortnight you're online.
And is Finland part of the EU?
Yes,
it is. Okay, it's
so.
Norway that's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So Finland uses the euro.
Yeah,
but
Finland
Sweden
basically Sweden doesn't. No. But basically, Finland has the scary neighbor on the other side. So as soon as they could, yes, as soon as they could, they rushed to every Western institution they could, and they joined the EU and got the euro. And they were like, "All right, we're with you guys."
Yeah, but once they were France.
Once they say plant their saunas with jacuzzis, then they'll have made the complete switchover.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. I mean, there are questions being asked by some internal Finnish politics are fascinating because anyway, topic for another time.
Topic for the Phineas Club. You should plug it while people are still listening.
Or is it the Phineas Club?
Ooh. It doesn't mean a lot more, can it?
Yeah. No, it's fascinating. Like I'm not as absolutist as I was presenting myself a moment ago, Patrick. I do think that those roadblocks, though, are going to be in an entirely different form eventually. And they may or may not be related to locality.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
because they don't
localities, but well, as long as you have different prices that different markets can bear, it is very helpful to. It's not. I mean, it's not like. It's not exactly like the different windows of broadcasting for movies and for TVs and like because this is. I don't know. I'm thinking about counters to my own arguments. I was going to say this is easily countered by piracy, but it's also the case in gaming. I know lots of people who actually go and pirate games and don't even care if
I think the principle is when you have to go to effort to make the system work, rather than the system just naturally wants to follow that way of doing things, it won't last. It's I hate to bring out the M word, but it's mercantilism. Like it will eventually be. It's eventually too much effort to continue, and someone will realize that it is in fact more profitable, but not just about money, more profitable as a human experience to not have to keep spending effort to create this fake thing, this artificial.
I think you're a little bit idealistic there, but
history has shown that to be true. It doesn't happen fast, which is why it's worth continuing to try to push the artifice if you're a company that has a quarterly report. Because you're like, sure, it might not work in 50 years, but it's going to work next quarter, and that's all I care about.
And even if you're talking about, even if we're not talking about next quarter, even if we're talking about 2 or 5 years,
yeah, sure.
Anyway,
it's like nobody wants to be inside those companies. Nobody wants to be the guy that admitted reality, because then they'll get blamed with the bad quarterly report.
So explain to me why I feel so queasy about G2A and not so queasy about the Pirate Bay.
I don't know.
I think it's because it's a for-profit enterprise. I think it's because G2A is actually
Pirate
making
Bay
lots
is
of
too.
money.
They sell ads, but they just don't charge you directly.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Maybe it's branding. Maybe it's just it feels like liberation of the I don't know.
I feel like maybe it has to do with that GoDaddy comparison, right?
No, okay, no. I know, actually. Sorry.
Okay.
G2A, I can go buy the game on Steam, on Humble Bundle. It's available for me for pay now. often the issue with things that were available on the Pirate Bay were that they weren't available for you otherwise.
You had no choice. That was the only place you could go.
Yeah, so like a TV show or movie that wasn't available in your market, it just was not available. And I think that's the difference.
But it's just shopping around. It's just getting a better price.
Maybe because it straddles that line. And so it's really hard to kind of place. And
I don't have a problem with the gray market. I think the gray market is fantastic. I think the gray market helps us stop companies from having monopolies and manipulating prices more than they need to. I do have a problem if an entity, whether it's G2A or anybody else, is engaging in fraud in order to support that gray market. In other words, even if they're just turning a blind eye to credit card abuse, that's a problem. And this seems like it was a really easy thing to fix if the developers and the marketplace cooperate and say, yeah, we'll alert you when a code is known to be fraudulently obtained, and you can disable that.
Actually, sorry, I thought about something else. We had dealings with them when I used to work for Blizzard.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember that they would sell gold and sell leveled up characters, which are obtained through hacking and cause all sorts of problems for...
That's a dark gray market.
That's not even a gray market. It comes from hacking.
It's not illegal, but it's against terms, right?
Well, the thing is, it's not illegal to sell a character, but the way it was working was gold that was gotten from hacked accounts that would get their gold or items stolen or sold, and so
it puts G2A in the position of like, I didn't ask where it came from, just fell off a truck.
And you had farms of players in China most of the time that would hack and gather the gold and all of this. So anyway, so that's also why I have an unfavorable view
that would
of
explain
G2A.
your sort of lingering background.
Yeah,
it's a legacy memory. It kind of reminds me. Remember, I don't know if that store's still in business, but there was a Canadian guy who lived in Vancouver, and since Trader Joe's, the supermarket chain that is very popular in the U.S., it's actually owned by Aldi, but they wouldn't open one in Canada, so he went down and he would just buy stuff, and he opened a store called Pirate Joe's, and it was just a store of stuff he bought at Trader Joe's and resold. Trader Joe's sued him in court, and they lost. And so,
that's what we should have used as the example for the gray market. Everybody's seen like a candy bar or something that says not labeled for resale. And that's what that means is like, hey, we were selling this as a box of 50, but it's not, you're not allowed to go buy that and then resell them individually. And the thing is, you can. I don't think they can stop you, but they put that not labeled for resale. This is not for resale to dissuade people from doing that.
I think this is equivalent to the Humble Bundle things, which we both agreed isn't illegal. Right. It certainly perverts the spirit, especially for Humble Bundles. It's like they're sold at the bundle of 10 games for $5 or $10, right? So it's not even the kind of prices you would see in a box of Mars bars that are sold by the 50. So it's even more of a perversion of the spirit of the thing. But,
Mars bars.
I hate Mars bars. I never liked them.
Ooh, I have someone on Twitter that is berating me for not saying that Amazon Prime is a horrible capitalistic enterprise because they just started the Amazon Prime Now service in Paris. So we discussed it in the latest show, and someone was saying like, with the hashtag capitalism equals nice people, ha ha ha, like they're making fun of capitalism.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Capitalism is pretty funny.
I think it's fun sometimes.
Yeah,
it's that fringe of people that think I'm a horrible
Leftist commie?
No, the opposite.
The other way.
Far
No.
right, yeah.
Oh, I always thought.
Well, so that's the thing. When I talk about things that pertain to politics in anywhere else outside of France, actually, I'm considered a left-leaning person, and when I talk about stuff in France, I'm considered a right-leaning person.
Yeah, because
I say
think
the exact same thing.
I think I could give an example. Patrick would say to an American, like, "No, I think unions have a role. Ah, you're a lefty." And in France, he would say, like, "I think unions can adapt and change some of the ways they operate." Ah, you're a conservative.
Exactly. Basically.
Ah, yes.
So
All
you're
right.
untrustworthy, is what I'm hearing. Is that you?
No,
The video of the mood.
Yes, that's exactly what.
And then Roger says, "I'm a troll."
I have a question for Patrick, if you have time. But
Okay.
after we're off the air.
Yeah, I'm going to stop us right now. Thanks everybody for watching.
All right.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, we're off.